Welcome to San Jose State University, the #1 most transformative university in the nation, as ranked by Money Magazine. My name is Amanda Aldama Fernandez. I am the Spartan Eastside Promise Program Lead here in Student Outreach and Recruitment, and I'm excited to welcome you and talk you through the steps that will be required of you in order to become a Spartan. Fun facts about myself. I am an alum of San Jose State, receiving my bachelor's degree here, as well as about to receive my master's. I've been here about 11 years, so you could definitely say that I'm a Spartan through and through. Today, we're going to talk all about our Spartan Showcase. So what is required for you to become a San Jose State student, and all the things that you'll have to look forward to when you become a Spartan. So first, let's start with the welcome from our campus.
Wonderful day. It is so great to be back here on campus celebrating the return of our campus community.
I can definitely say it is pretty exciting to be back, seeing all the changes as well as all of the precautions being taken. I would say our community truly cares about our Spartans and is doing everything possible to make sure that our Spartans are welcome, safe, and ready for this next step in their education. So today, again, we're going to talk about who we are, where we're located, what we offer, and how you can become a Spartan. San Jose State is part of the CSU system, the nation's largest four-year public university system. With 23 campuses all the way north from Humboldt down south to San Diego, we educate the most ethnically, academically, and economically diverse student body in the nation. We pride ourselves on having our education student-centered, meaning you are the focus of your education. We want to make sure that everything you're learning, the theories, the homework, all the projects you're doing is hands-on and gives you that real life, real work experience, preparing you for the current and future workforce demands. Some other fun facts about the California State University system: nearly half of the state's bachelor's degrees are awarded by the CSU, so you're definitely in great company. Taking a look at San Jose State specifically, our student body is about 33,000 students. But even then, our classroom sizes are pretty small. For lower division classes, we average about 32 students to one professor. And as you start to move up into your upper division courses, you have about 29 students to one professor. In my time at San Jose State, out of the 40-something classes that I took to get my degree, only one of them was the big, large lecture style class, and the rest, pretty small. I even had a class my senior year that was only 12 students. Now, what does it mean to be a Spartan? What does this look like? What does Spartan life have in store for you? So much if you take that opportunity. As I said at the beginning of our presentation, we were ranked the #1 most transformative university in the nation. I can definitely speak to how San Jose State has transformed my life. As I mentioned, I was a first-generation student, so definitely being able to come to San Jose State, get my degree, and then work here, it's provided me so many opportunities that I didn't even know were possible. So that's a little bit about my story, but let's see how San Jose State continues to transform lives.
At San Jose State, we have a lot to be proud of.
We advance creativity and innovation.
We explore interdisciplinary research to study wildfire.
We reflect our diverse community and are continually working towards equity and inclusion.
We strive for justice to advance the public good.
We promote success in and out of the classroom.
We contribute $4.1 billion to California's economy.
We are transformation defined. We are Spartan.
We definitely are Spartans. So what does this mean in terms of what you will have to look forward to should you become a Spartan? Well, you will be attending this college that is ranked #7 on the top public universities on the West Coast, as well as one of the most diverse colleges in the nation and one of the most innovative colleges in the nation due to our technology, facilities, and constant adaptation. In terms of social impact, SJSU generates $1.6 billion in labor income in California, almost half in Santa Clara County alone. This also, in terms of Where you will be affected directly right now when you are about to become a student is 50% less debt. As on average, SJSU undergraduate students graduate only $15,000 in student debt, which is less than half the national average. Now, for CSU overall, nearly 60% of students are tuition free. That was my case. No, that's not everybody's case, but this is why you definitely want to check out our video on financial aid and see what resources are available for you as you become a Spartan, as you prepare for your student life. There are so many ways you can get involved in and outside of the classroom, so many opportunities that are here to prepare you for that next step. Let's take a look and hear directly from our Spartans.
Whether you're interested in exploring career options, meeting other students interested in your favorite hobby, or just looking to connect with other students, there's a place for you here at SJSU. We have 450 student clubs, which are broken down into 5 categories: cultural or religious, academic, club sports, Greek organizations, and special interest. If a club does not exist, students can also start one themselves. Students can find clubs that interest them through the SJSU SAMI app. There's no previous experience required for the students to get involved in most of the clubs. Student involvement staff helps clubs to be successful and helps students gain valuable skills through advising sessions, training, club resources, developmental workshops, and networking opportunities.
Associated students is 13 elected board of directors. These students are elected in the spring and serve a 1-year term where they advocate on behalf of the 36,000 students here at SJSU. Students have the opportunity to grow their skills through professional development and leadership training. AS has the General Service Center where you can apply for affordable textbooks funding, pick up your paychecks, and pay PG&E or get your bills notarized. We're also home of the Transportation Solution, which is where you can get your Clipper card and you can learn different ways of commuting around San Jose and the Bay Area. The Child Development Center provides childcare to our baby Spartans and provides job opportunities for students who are teachers in the classroom. The Print and Technology Center is where you can get your phone screen repaired for free and print out your homework. AS hires over 150 student employees in their various departments. This includes student assistants, graphic designers, event assistant, garden staff, and more.
As you can see, there are so many ways that you can get involved on campus. And throughout your journey, we have a multitude of resources to support you. This is just a glimpse of some of the services we have, such as academic advising, the Accessible Education Center for students with learning differences, disabilities, or students that are currently on 504s. This is where you would want to go for assistance. We have multiple cultural centers, our Student Health Center, Undocking Spartan Center, and so much more to support your journey as a Spartan. Now, if you are interested in athletics, you are in luck, as our school is Division I, which is about the highest that you can get in college level sports. We are part of the Mountain West Conference with over 10 team championships, 52 NCAA individual titles, and have sent several of our Spartans over to the Olympics, with over 20 of them winning awards. These are some of our official teams, so our 8 official men's teams and 12 intercollegiate official women's teams. You can be able to learn more about them as well as connect with the coaches at sjsuspartans.com. I definitely recommend reaching out if you are interested in playing for an official team, because as Division I, you have to be recruited. So if you haven't heard from them as of yet, reach out, say your interest, see if there's walk-on tryouts, send them your tapes. Get involved as of now. Let's take a look at our Spartans in action, shall we?
Castro, there's a shot and the goal. San Jose State leads 2-0. The net, better. And there's a shot, the goal. San Jose State is up 1-0. dig by Nelson to keep it up. Schwartz. Boa. It's long. San Jose State wins again.
Foul ball. They hit up the middle. Machado scores, and that's your ball game.
And if that is your game, definitely, again, reach out to our athletics department, see the opportunities that are available for you. Check out our amazing facilities on South Campus, where we have our football field and so much more for our students to be able to engage with, should you be interested in joining the official SJSU teams. Now, let's say you're interested in sports or working out, or maybe just rock climbing, hanging out with some friends every once in a while by the pool, not really being into sports. Well, we have our Spartan Recreation and Aquatic Center for you. Definitely an amazing facility that I'm sure you will enjoy when you come to San Jose State. And that is just a glimpse of one of our facilities. Here you could be able to see some of our other beautiful buildings on campus, some of them brand new, newly renovated. You could be able to hang out and study on Tower Lawn. If you have one of your science classes in Washington Square, you might be in the classroom where the movie Flubber with Robin Williams was filmed. You can be able to live on campus in our campus village. More about that later on in our presentation. Some additional facilities include our brand new interdisciplinary science building being constructed right now. It's to be a top of the line, definitely Silicon Valley facility here. One of my favorite places on campus is our Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Library. It is 8 floors of not just books, but also a student computing services center where students can reserve laptops, iPads, other technology for free, learn how to use software such as the Adobe CS software, which you also get for free. There's performance labs if you're practicing for a speech for a class, or maybe you're a graphic designer and you want to use a 3D printing lab. Maybe you're into music and you want to use a recording studio. Yeah, a recording studio in the library. So many resources here for you to be able to take advantage of as a Spartan. Let's take a look at one of my other favorite resources here on campus, the Student Union.
Hello, my name is Sanreeth. I'm a junior at San Jose State and my major is molecular biology. Today I'm going to show you around the Diaz-Campion Student Union. This is the center of student life, and I like to call it the hangout place on campus. Come on, I'll show you around. The Student Union is a place where students can study, relax, eat, shop, and utilize on-campus resources. This building houses more services than any other building on campus. The ground level is home to the Union Square food court with a variety of tasty food options. Here, the campus community can grab a bite, chat with friends, and get homework done. If you have any questions, whether it's related to the building, campus resources, homework help, or anything else, you can come here to the Information Center in Student Union, where our friendly staff is equipped with knowledge on and off-campus resources. The Student Union houses numerous campus departments and student organizations. Student involvement is a place to go with the latest information about Greek life, campus programming, and recognized student organizations. The building also houses the Associate Student Cesar Chavez Community Action Center, the Veterans Resource Center, the African American Student Success Center, the Pride Center, and the Gender Equity Center. Throughout the building, there are numerous study places, whether it's for some study time alone or with a group. If you want to grab a bite to eat, or you feel like shopping for some SJSU apparel, the Spartan bookstore is located in the center of the building. Downstairs, we have the bowling and the billiard center, along with a full-size Starbucks lounge with all your favorite drinks and pastries. On the east side of the Student Union, we host key services including the Associate Student General Services Center and the Transportation Solutions Center, where students can get free VTA Clipper card in addition to other valuable resources. On the upper level, the Student Union houses the Associate Student Print and Technology Center, where hundreds of students stop by every day to print and use the computer lab, rent devices, get their laptops repaired, and so much more. All throughout the building, we have a lot of hydration centers that keep us healthy and hydrated. The Student Union Event Services manages all the meeting spaces on campus and is the place to go if your organization is looking to book a meeting room or reserve a tabling space. The upper floor of the Student Union is full of study spaces and meeting rooms. Now we're back on the west side of the Student Union on the upper floor where all the ballrooms are located. Many major campus events are held here, and the ballrooms are available for student organizations and campus departments for celebrations and events. Whether you're looking for a place to study, eat, shop, relax, or even bowl, Diaz-Compiègne Student Union has it all. This concludes our virtual tour of the Diaz-Compiègne Student Union. For more information, please visit our website.
Definitely an amazing facility that you'll have a chance to explore when you become a Spartan. Now, another facility that you might be interested in is campus housing. Campus housing is available both in our university housing services in our campus village, as well as our international house just down the street from campus. You can see their websites there where you could be able to apply by the deadline of May 1st, 2022. If you are interested in living on campus, it is not required for students to live on campus their first year, but it is an amazing experience if you have the opportunity to do so. So I definitely recommend checking out their website for more information. This is some examples of what our campus village looks like. Definitely an exciting space on campus to be able to explore. They have a lot of different events. They have a market there as well, be able to shop, get some, I like to get the pizza or the ice cream there sometimes. Really great spot. Now, one of the main reasons everyone is coming to college, of course, is to get their degree. And at San Jose State, we offer over 134 different bachelor's degrees and master's degrees with 110 concentrations. These are some examples of some of the degrees that we have, such as advertising, animation illustration, public health, justice studies, television, radio, film, business administration, and so much more that you could be able to see on our website. Now, for some major recognition, our business program is ranked 6th in the nation as one of the best colleges you can go to for business. Engineering is ranked 30th and animation 8th in California. So definitely some great opportunities in those programs. Our aviation program is also ranked 4th in the nation, with journalism being 8th in California. So a lot of great opportunities for you, both inside and out of the classroom. And what I mean by this, let's take a look at our top hiring employers. Everyone from a lot of great opportunities for you, both inside and outside of the classroom, especially in regards to employment. Here's a list of some of SJSU's top hiring employers, from Amazon to Apple, the city of San Jose, Tesla, and so much more. San Jose State University supports more than 25,000 jobs in California and many here in Silicon Valley. And on the note of support, I do want to shift gears and talk about our SJSU Health Advisories website, because San Jose State truly cares for our Spartans. We want to make sure that you are aware of the resources that are available to you, that you know what policies are in place, as well as how we can be able to aid you during this time. I think the time of a global pandemic definitely has brought out a lot of different experiences. But with that, we're going through these experiences together. And we want to make sure that you are fully aware of how San Jose State is here to support you through this transition back to campus. Meaning that this year, our classes were in person in a hybrid environment, some in person, some virtual. When you apply for fall 2022, it might be in person as well, it might be hybrid, but in either case, this website is your go-to to see all of the latest updates, all of the latest resources. So definitely, I highly recommend checking this out. I also recommend exploring the CSU's website, as they do have multiple updates per campus and for the CSU system overall at calstate.edu/apply. The other great thing about this website is you can use it to explore all of the majors, because between San Jose State and our 23 sister campuses, there's over 4,100 majors that you could study. So definitely take the time to explore, as well as compare the CSUs, see what each campus has to offer, see which schools are in a big city, a small town, watch their virtual tours, be able to see what schools have your majors, because not all campuses have the same majors. So definitely take the time, do your research, and check that out. Now we're going to talk about the freshman admission requirements. What do you need to do in order to become a Spartan? Well, we're looking for 3 things. First is that you complete your A through G classes with a grade of C- or better. Second is that you meet or exceed the CSU minimum eligibility index score. And last, that you meet the admission selection process called Impaction. More on that in a moment. So let's first start off with looking at the past, right? Seeing what it was before, because a lot of questions that we get is, well, you use A through G, but your eligibility index score used to also include SAT or ACT test scores. That is a fact. However, at this time, the CSU is temporarily suspending the use of the SAT and ACT test requirements. You can definitely still include those scores on your application, as they can influence your English and math readiness in terms of the class that you take. However, they are not going to influence your admission eligibility. What will influence your admission eligibility is your grades in the minimum A through G requirements. So as you can see, our social sciences, English, math, language other than English, lab science, visual performing arts, and electives with the minimum years required all pass with a grade of C- or better. What is highly important here is that for provisional admissions in this first round, we are looking at your 10th and 11th grade A through G GPA, since you don't have grades for senior year yet. We are looking at the 10th and 11th grade A through G GPA. So if any sophomores or juniors are watching, definitely continue to do your absolute best here. Now, furthering on these A through G requirements, as some of your schools during the pandemic might have, instead of use grades, use pass or credit. For the terms of winter, spring, fall, and summer 2020, as well as the terms of winter, spring, and summer 2021, this is acceptable and will be counted as satisfying the A through G credit. However, this will not influence your GPA. So credit or pass, or no credit, no pass, will not influence your GPA, but they will influence if you have met and satisfied the minimum A through G requirements. Moving along, all students are highly recommended to complete a year-long senior English course and math quantitative reasonings course. Again, going back to what I mentioned earlier about your English and math readiness placement, it is so important that you are taking these classes, that way you are ready for that college level English and math for that next step. You could take the expository reading and writing course for English, or the math reasoning and connections course for math. If you are not interested in taking the statistics or the calculus course, these courses do satisfy that requirement for A through G, as well as meeting that English and math readiness for college. Now, next, getting into our eligibility index score. Our eligibility index score is the determining factor of whether you get admission to the university. This consists of your GPA, again, the 10th and 11th grade A through G GPA, where pass or credit grades do not influence. Now, something important to note with the GPA is that since we are not using the SAT or the ACT test score requirement anymore, that we do have a minimum GPA for California residents of a 2.5 and non-residents a 3.0. These are the absolute minimums. Students that are below these GPA requirements will not be considered for admission. We are a fully impacted university, and again, since we're not using those test score requirements, we did have to increase the minimum GPA. Now, in addition to this, you might notice some other CSUs that it's a little bit different, right? There's this thing called supplemental factors that at each CSU, there are additional areas that they may consider if you are in that range of 2.0 to 2.49. San Jose State is not one of these schools. Again, we are fully impacted, which means that we are receiving more applications for eligible students than what we have seats available for. So at this time, again, that 2.5 and that 3.0 are our absolute minimum GPA requirements. This is due to Impaction. Again, Impaction is just that we are having a larger number of students apply than we have seats available for, but Impaction does not mean impossible. If you go to our website, sjsu.edu/admissions/Impaction, you could be able to see what the scores were for each major last term and see so many majors are attainable. So definitely, I highly recommend checking that out. Now, to further on Impaction, what this means in terms of our admission, all majors at San Jose State are impacted. Again, what this means is every year we're getting a certain number of applications and not enough seats, but that varies per major. Every major has a different eligibility index score that is subject to change each term. I highly recommend checking that out because as you'll see when you see the scores per major, having the minimum CSU requirements of that 2.5 might not be enough for admission for, let's say, computer science or computer engineering as just two examples. You'll be able to go through that website and see what some of those more competitive programs were and learn about our Impaction in depth. Now, as I mentioned, there are some CSUs that consider supplemental factors if you are below that 2.5. While we are not one of those schools, we do take into account supplemental factors for students that are above that 2.5. So, first off is our local preference. San Jose State gives a local preference to students that are graduating within Santa Clara County, meaning that you do receive a GPA boost if you are graduating within Santa Clara County on our evaluation. Students who are eligible for the Cal State Apply Fee Waiver are first generation or are a U.S. veteran. All receive additional consideration, which is further outlined on our Impaction website. Some other areas to consider are resources such as tests. Now, I mentioned this a little bit earlier, how an AP and IB test score can meet A through G credit. So let's talk about that in depth. First, I want to touch on the SAT and the ACT. Again, it's not required for admission, and it will not influence your admission eligibility in any way, but it can influence which English and math course you take in college. And depending on your score on certain parts of the test, specifically English or math, or a subject test, this might be able to be used to meet A through G credit if you are missing in an area. Some other tests that can be used to meet A through G credit include the AP, the IB, and the CLEP exams to meet specific A through G areas. More information on this is on our website, so definitely check that out and talk with your counselor. Such a great resource. Talk with your counselor at your high school. These are some examples in ways that you can, again, use these passing scores to not only meet your A through G credit, but also get college credit. So again, definitely reach out if you have any questions on this, as well as how to enter this information in on the application. As you get ready to apply, you want to complete this admissions checklist in one, talking with your counselor. They are a huge resource for you, making sure that you are on track for the A through G requirements, that if there's any classes or tests that you need to take, that you do so before your graduation. You cannot use summer 2022 to meet fall 22 admission requirements. Everything has to be done by your high school graduation date. You also want to budget and plan as of now. The application fee is $70 per CSU unless you are eligible for a fee waiver to apply to 4 CSUs for free. You want to make sure that you know when to order your transcripts by, that if you are admitted to San Jose State and you get the chance to become a Spartan, It is $100 to say yes to us and complete that intent to enroll and save your spot. And then our tuition is about $7,800 a year divided by semester, not including books, fees, and miscellaneous costs. Definitely, I recommend checking out our financial aid video, learning more about the resources that can help you in financing your college career. The application for financial aid is October 1st, as well as for the DREAM Act. Say no to senioritis is my last reminder here. It is so important that even though your 10th and 11th grade grades are what get you through the door, senior year counts. If you fail that senior year English course, we take away your provisional admission. Definitely check your email, meet all deadlines, check your My SJSU account once you have access to it after you submit the application, and reach out if you have any questions throughout any point of this timeline of filling out the application, to being admitted, to when you finally become a Spartan. Everything we talked about and even further detail is available in our Steps to Admission brochure. Definitely get out your phone, scan the QR code with your phone camera to be able to access this brochure. And the best way also is to explore the campus. Come to San Jose if you have the opportunity to do so. Take our virtual tours if you don't have the opportunity to come here in person and see what San Jose State has to offer you, as well as the city of San Jose. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me directly. My name again, Amanda Aldama Fernandez. I'm the Spartan East Side Promise Program Lead here in Student Outreach and Recruitment. My direct email is there, as well as the email for our department, Student Outreach and Recruitment. You can visit us in person, as well as our virtual front desk at sjsu.edu/SOAR, SOAR. Check out our Instagram, our TikTok, our podcast made by our student ambassadors to hear directly what Spartan life is like. As well as, again, take a virtual tour of our campus. See what San Jose State has to offer you. We can't wait for you to become a Spartan.